Grace to you and peace from God our Father and from our Lord God, Jesus Christ. Our topic for the day we shall call Warring Israel is Warring God. War's root cause, the two-state solution. Exodus 23:22, Deuteronomy 7:1-26. On 29 November 1947, the UN General Assembly voted on the partition plan, adopted by 33 votes to 13 with 10 abstentions. The Jewish side accepted the UN plan for the establishment of two states. The Arabs or the Palestinians rejected it and launched a war of annihilation against the Jewish state. So Israel noon pa man was for peace, but the Palestinians were for war. Kung makadiyos nga lang talaga ang mga Briton, they should have fully returned the promised land to Israel and not allow the Palestinians to coexist with Israel. And as for the Arab nations, napakalawak na nga ng kanilang lupain, kaya walang dahilan para di nila i-accommodate ang kanilang beloved Palestinian brothers and sisters sa kani-kanilang mga bansa. Pinag-interesan pa talaga nila ang kapirasong lupain na tahanan na ng mga Israelita since 13th century BCE na binigay mismo ni Yahweh turned Jesus Christ kay Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Ito'y dahil hindi karapat-dapat ang mga Canaanites or the Palestinians na manirahan doon sapagkat in God's sight sila'y walang karapatang manatili sa mundo sa sobrang kasamaan. Sila'y tinik sa lalamunan ni Yahweh, hadlang ng kanyang plano para sa Israel, at alam mismo ni Yahweh ang likaw ng kanilang bituka na naghahangad ng walang iba kundi ang lipulin sa mundo, ang God's chosen people. Hence, in the sight ng mag-amang Diyos, God the Father and Jesus Christ ay di nararapat na nanduroon sa promised land ang mga Palestinians. All because ang promised land ay angkop at para lamang sa mga Hudyo, God's chosen people. At dahil hindi ito katanggap-tanggap ng mga Palestino, then that is tantamount to declaring war against Yahweh turned Jesus Christ. At harapin nga nila sa gyera na kanilang inumpisahan, ang Israel being shielded with God's protection. Kung tutuusin, the Palestinians had thrice forfeited their ungodly rights to coexist with Israel sa promised land. sapagkat sila'y natalo ng digmain nila ang Israel noong 1948, 1967 at 1973. Kaya sila talaga ang pasimuno ng kaguluhan sa Middle East. At ang kanilang panggugulo sa Israel ay kinukonsenti naman ng halos lahat ng bansa sa mundo na hindi kumikilala sa divine rights for Israel to exist na ibinigay mismo ni Yahweh sa kanila. Ngunit sa kasamaang palad, psychological warfare, black propaganda, fake news ay tinatangkilik ngayon halos ng buong literate, civilized o ng mga edukadong tao kuno na ang Israel di umano ang siyang nang-agaw o nag-occupy ng lupain ng mga Palestino. Sa bagay, yan ang kalakaran sa mundo na pawang nabubuhay sa kasinungalingan, sapagkat sa ganang kanila suklam ang katotohanan. Oo, nagkamali ang Israel nang di nila inubos patayin ang occupants ng promised land. Joshua 13:13, Joshua 23:11 to 16. Albeit no nation on earth had God authorized to exact jihad against Israel. Bagkus alinsunod sa umiiral na international law, Israel has the right to defend itself, especially so when their right to existence is being attacked. Annihilate every Israeli citizen from the river to the sea, for the Palestinians to occupy and inhabit the promised land na kailanmay di naging kanila by divine right or by history, but by God's grace, historically and legally and biblically, Israel had recovered it since May 1948. Ngunit ang pinaka-profound ill effect for Israel to have a mixed marriages with the Palestinians was Israel became a worshipper of a singular God through the counterfeit theology of the scribes and the Pharisees that started during the gap between Malachi to Matthew. At hanggang ngayon, monotheistic pa rin ang theology ng Israel. Anyway, buhay ang panalangin ng Panginoong Hesukristo sa kanila. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Luke 23:34. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell button to my YouTube account, Rumi Mured, for the applicable and binding theology of Jesus Christ. Yours truly, God's workman. God bless.